Hi everyone. Um, my name is Thandile Mayekiso once again. Welcome to the Destination Show. Uh, you know what? Today, I just want to talk. I just want to talk today. No doctrine, no nothing. Just want to talk to you guys. All right. Um, you know, one thing that I'm excited for is the fact that I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Just came back from work. Um, Around 9, half past 9, and um, half past 9 p.m. For those who may not know. And I'm just proud of myself, the fact that I'm consistent in recording, in taking out this content to the world. Um, Someone that has struggled with a lot of procrastination. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of you know the steps that I'm taking to become better and to become a better man. And not only a better man but a better father, because I'm a father of two girls, two beautiful girls. And the fact that I'm doing something that I've always wanted to do, which is to talk, you know. So I've always wanted to talk. I've always wanted to be in front of the camera, and for so many years, I've procrastinated. I've always been like, you know what, I'll just do it another day. I'll just do it another day. I remember there was a time where there were auditions for radio DJs or uh, people to do radio basically, and um, I love talking, and I knew that, you know, I feel like I could be perfect for radio, but I procrastinated. I told myself, you know what, I'll record, and by the time I recorded, it was too late. You know, yeah, and that's the sad reality about procrastination: is the fact that um, we tend to make big things small. We tend to think that we are superhuman, that we can do everything at the last time, at the last stage, at the last minute. And by the time we check the time, it's past that time. And so I'm just proud of myself, the fact that I'm recording. I'm proud of myself, the fact that I'm doing this, and I'm not getting tired. And obviously it's been a couple of episodes, but this is a start to a lot of great things to happen. And I just hope and pray that I'm able to impact the world. I'm able to impact an individual one step at a time, one person at a time. And I remember I once set a goal for myself that I want I want the world to know me. But back then I didn't know what was I going to do to make people know me. And when I did go to Kenya, I thought to myself, all right, this is me doing exactly what I set out to do. But then the reality is that only the people in Kenya know me, or even then, not everyone in Kenya knows me. And obviously, I don't want to. And how do I say this without sounding crazy? I don't want to be famous, you know. I don't want to be famous. Hmm. I want to be able to. Okay. I. All right. I think I'll be crazy to think that you know, ge- getting out content online is not gonna. Let's say I'm successful, not gonna make me famous. Because I'm not saying that I'm going to be famous. But I do want to be known throughout the world. I want to be an icon I want to be like Nelson Mandela. People respect me because I remember in Kenya there were difficult times where where we'd meet people and those people would be so angry because maybe like they know someone or a relative of theirs that had come to South Africa, and because of the xenophobia back then, and it was a very prevalent thing. Those people would be mad, and obviously I would be mad too. And they would come up to me and they would start swearing and they would start, but my defense was always, hey, it never happened where I live. Where I live, we love them foreigners. We love, our African brothers and sisters. We love them. We're not killing them. We're not throwing them out of. In fact, we employ them because back then my mother, had, foreign ladies that clean for her. And I remember my line was always, "Hey, I'm from the tribe of Mandela. I'm Xhosa, man. I'm Xhosa. I speak that Xhosa, like cling cling cling." And they were, "Oh, Mandela, yes, that's our guy. That's our guy." And because of that, I would always be out of the leash, and so that's the impact that I want. That when people hear my name, they put some respect on it. Put some respect on my name. You know what I mean? But I want to do it in such a way um, that is uplifting, that is, you know, changing someone's life, man. One heart at a time, one person at a time. You know, it may be a husband that is mistreating his wife. My goal here is to say, brother, love your wife, take care of your wife. God blessed us with um, females, and our job is to basically protect, and to provide, not to hurt and make afraid. And so it's important for me to send out this message. That child that is going through a hard time, I want to be able to say to them, you know what, get up. You are not the only one struggling. Get up and go for your dreams. You know, I want to be able to say to that mother that's having a hard time, you know, to sort out the house before the husband comes home. Take your time. It's okay. You are human too. Maybe your husband doesn't realize the hard work that you put in, but make sure you give yourself time, you love yourself, don't forget about yourself, take care of yourself, and the most important thing about that actually is the fact that once we take care of ourselves, we're then able to take care of the people around us. But if we are not able to take care of ourselves, then it becomes difficult for us to take care of the people around us. If you don't love yourself, it's very hard for you to love someone else. If you don't forgive yourself, it's going to be very hard for you to forgive others. And it goes like that. It becomes a pattern, that is very difficult to change and overcome. So that is my goal, man. That is my mentor, to just be an icon. Just get up and let's go. I remember, during the times, when I break dance, my motto is always, let's go, let's go. You tired? Let's go. You're feeling frustrated? Let's go. Is this guy that you're battling with beating you up? No, 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 no. Let's go. You know, so it's very important for me to share that light, to share that experience that I have, the 29 years of life experience that I have, accompanied with, you know, my volunteer services, my work experience, and so forth and so on, my religious beliefs, most of the things that I tend to understand and know they happen because of the experiences that I gained, um, that Heavenly Father has put in my path. One thing I can tell you guys, that right now it's probably the toughest time of my life. Right now, right now it's probably the toughest time of my life, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not easy being a father of two beautiful girls. It's not easy being a husband. Um, you know, it's not easy being, an employee, and it's not easy looking for work to provide for your family. It's not easy to love, um, and in that same loving, find understanding. Small things frustrate. Small things tend to break you. You know, Feeling neglected. That the people that you call friends, when it's the toughest times, they aren't there. They aren't calling you to check up on you. It's all silent. No one is asking where you are. No one is wondering about your where you are, what's going on in your life. No one is interested, in fact, in your life. Um, Sad for me to say, but that's where I find myself right now. As someone who, sometimes I feel like I'm losing my way. Not losing my way as in I'm doing bad things, but I'm mentally checking out. I don't care to go out. I don't care to mingle with friends. I don't care to just about do anything. So the fact that I've been able to push this content, it's an achievement for me, and I'm proud of myself for that. And it's something that I know even my wife is happy and is excited to see me do this, right? But hence I'm able to relate and be able to be relatable, because I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I've got it all. Right now, financially, it's the worst. It's the worst. But I have a beautiful wife with a beautiful heart that supports me, that prays for me, that is, basically going through everything with me. We are building together. One day I will have her on the podcast, and we'll just start our story from scratch. But it's been 4 years of trials and tribulations, testing, fighting, crying, you know, up at night at 12, walking out of the house just to clear the air. It's been so much. It's been so much. But, God gives his toughest challenges to his toughest warriors. And that's what I feel right now. Um, and it's been very tough, man. It's been very tough. I've been improving myself, going through school, educating myself, and making sure that, I'm not slacking. I'm not found, wandering around, but I'm doing what I need to be doing at the time I need to be doing it, and executing everything to the best of my ability. And if I do fall short, I get up and try again and again and again and again and again. And it's tough, but I have to make it work, because I have small two people that are looking up to me. When they see me, they see a father. They don't see a broken man. They don't see a man going through trials and challenges financially, not finding work, and um, and it's tough. But I get up because of them. When my daughter was first born, that's when I knew that, okay, whatever procrastination that I've been, hey, that needs to go out of the window. And God was able to bless me with a job. you know. But because of the challenges now in the automotive industry, it's becoming challenging now, even for us, you know. Um, was it last year or beginning of this year, if I'm not mistaken, you know, about 700 people just on Mercedes Benz alone were let go. They were let go. 700 people on Mercedes Benz. And in my company, there was about 25 people that were retrenched. So it's tough, man. It's tough. And now there's short, what, shutdowns. You know, even now, right now it's June, and in a couple of weeks we're gonna have a shutdown for the whole July, a whole month without working. Imagine. So that's the kind of trials and problems that I find myself, you know, going through. But I have to toughen up. I have to, you know, um, I have to, you know, hustle, you know, to make sure that there's food on the table, you know. But one thing I don't fake is the fact that I'm going through a hard time. My wife knows when I'm going through a hard time. I don't hide it. I don't try to be a man. Oh, men don't cry. Hey, man, when I have to cry, I cry because it's painful, it's hard. I'm not gonna pretend that, you know, yeah, I got this when I don't, because I don't, you know. If I got it, then I would have all the money that I need. You know, if everything was in my control, I would have the job of my dreams, you know, but I don't have everything in my control. You know, I can only give it to God, and He's the one that's gonna say, you know what, it's now your time. You've gone through this time of trials. As I've been saying, man, I've been married for 4 years, and in the 4 years, it's been tough. It's been tough, 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 tough. You know, when I first married my wife, well, I'm not gonna tell the whole story because then I'm gonna, you know, mess the story when I have to tell with my wife. But when we got married, I was retrenched from Mercedes Benz because I worked for Mercedes Benz, you know. So we were only married for a week, and after that week, I didn't have a job. And for the next 9 months, I was jobless. You know, we could only rely from family, and that's been the toughest thing, you know. Um, but you might cry, but at the same time, you need to wipe those tears and, you know, go online, look for work, you know, put ourselves in the world out there, and just make sure that when the time is right, the stars align. Um, but I don't want to leave in a very bad note, man. But one thing I can tell you guys is that keep trying, as I'm trying. Keep keep posting, keep working, keep looking, keep applying, keep keep at it, keep at it. You know, if you are going through a challenging time, you know, if you're going through a mental breakdown, if you're going through anxiety, if you're going through depression, just focus on that one thing that gets you up every day. Just find your why. Find your why that will get you up every day, and go to work, go to your hustle, um, you know, push that content, and just make sure that, you know, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing at that time you're supposed to be doing it. And I promise you, just like I believe that, you know, at the right time, Heavenly Father's going to say, here's your job, you know, or here's your financial breakthrough, because that's all I'm looking for, just a financial breakthrough, so that I can be able to not only bless my family, help my family, but also help those that need my help, you know. Um, but this has been my two-piece, man. Let's all keep at it, my family. Let's all strive for greatness, you know. We only have, you know, ourselves and our 2 cents in the world to make sure that we are doing all that we can. And I believe in all of you. I trust in all of you. And let's keep pushing. Let's keep rolling. You know, get your sleeves up and keep pushing. Thank you very much. This has been the Destination Show with me, Thandile Mayekiso, signing out.